All right, today we're going to talk about some of the qualities I think it takes to become a successful entrepreneur. This is coming from someone who's been doing entrepreneurship, has gotten into it recently, and I think I exhibit some of these qualities. And I think I have an understanding of what this really looks like after studying other entrepreneurs and, really just being in it myself. I think it is not for the weak, and it's something that you need to have, at the very least, these qualities that I'm going to list here to be able to withstand all the things that are going to be thrown your way. So let's get into it. So first of all, and probably most important, are you willing to sacrifice? And I don't mean sacrifice in a mild sense. I really mean, are you willing to sacrifice everything going on in your life in order to get to where you want to go? Okay, so just some examples of things you're going to have to sacrifice. First of all of your time. Absolutely. You're going to have to put all of your time into this goal. It is going to take every second of your free time. That being said, your jobs, your potential income from said jobs are also going to be sacrificed, because if it's taking too much time, too much energy, and you can't focus on your goal, then it's important to really look at the pros and cons of keeping said job if you're really about this goal. And lastly, relationships. Your buddies are going to be texting you every weekend, hey, let's go out, hey, let's go out, hey, let's go out. Are you willing to sacrifice the idea of having that fun to pursue this, in my opinion, real fun? This, in my opinion, what is going to push you forward in life? Are you willing to sacrifice that and potentially being judged for wanting to stay in? Your buddies are not going to take it lightly. They're going to be like, why haven't we seen him in, him or her in however many months? It's because you're grinding towards your goal and you're not worried about doing whatever they're doing. You're just worried about yourself. And people are likely going to have something to say about that. And you need to understand that and be okay with that. Two bonus things, or two things that I think are also just as imperative to the things I mentioned before, are isolation, right? This kind of goes hand in hand with the relationship stuff. Like I mentioned, like, are you going to be okay being alone? Now, I'm lucky to be in a position where I'm building with my brother, who's also my co-founder, and we're in this together, right? We're in the same boat and we live together, and we see each other every day, obviously. But to some degree, there is a lot of isolation. We have no social life. We don't go out. We don't really have that many people here that we hang out with. You have to have a tolerance for this. You need to be okay with this. Now, sometimes I'm a believer that sometimes a social interaction is good, right? It helps you take your mind off things that are stressing you out and stuff. It helps you stay calm, stay relaxed, things like that. But social life like this, like I mentioned earlier, every weekend, hey, let's go out, hey, let's go out, is terrible. You need to be okay being inside and working and saying, okay, the only time I got outside today was taking a small walk as a break. Sometimes that needs to be what happens. The next thing is ego death. And what I mean by this is you need to be okay taking the hits of the judgments from other people, because you're going to be online, you're going to be texting your friends, they're going to have whatever it is to say about what you're doing, and you need to be okay just taking it on the chin and moving forward. You need to sacrifice your ego and become a whole new person who doesn't give a shit about what anybody says or thinks. It is that simple. You need to become a new person. So sacrifice is extremely important. But what is sacrifice without purpose? I think that is the second big overarching trait that I think goes into being a strong entrepreneur. And then I listed a few common purposes or driving factors that motivate people to get what they need to get done. And obviously the most common ones are your future life, setting yourself up, setting your family up for the future. And then obviously your family now, future family, sit kind of grouped together. Proving people wrong is one. I got it on the iceberg here to display how deep it goes, I guess. It was kind of my vision for it. But, having a life worth living, right? This kind of aligns with, future life, right? But this is more like a selfish kind of aspect to it, right? Like really enhancing your life, because ideally you want to be financially free, time free to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and stuff like that. And then it goes a little deeper. Some people want that legacy. Some people want to be known for something, right? That's kind of along the lines of what I'm thinking for myself. But for most people, myself included as well, it's pretty much all of these things, right? All of these things are my motivating factors. I think the number one thing, though, the North Star, or some people say like internal enemy, is family for sure. I want to be able to support, provide for my family. But the idea with this is that you need to identify this, right? You need to identify what your North Star is, as you can see by my great illustration. You need to be able to identify this and put it at the forefront of your mind. This needs to be strong enough that it pulls you in the direction you need to go 100% of the time. I don't imagine a life where failure is part of what I'm doing, or I should say giving up. Failure will always be relevant, but giving up is not a part of what I'm doing here. It's just not going to happen. And then kind of a bonus one, arguably the most important, is an unwavering self-belief. It is a belief in yourself so strong that it rivals that of the strongest beliefs you've ever had in your life. You need to believe this with all of your heart, soul, and mind. All of your logic, all your emotion needs to go into your self-belief. You need to believe in yourself like the person who has believed in you most in your life times 1,000,000. You need to understand that for most people, for a lot of people, yourself probably included, people are going to believe in you. Yes, right? Everybody's going to support and show love and this and that. But it's very rare to find somebody that is so into your success and so believing of your success. So if they're not going to do it, if you're not going to find somebody that can, you need to do it. You need to do it, because this does two things, right? One, it gives you the support that you need, right? It's knowing that there is somebody out there believing in your vision, believing in what you're doing. But on top of that, when it's yourself, it's the positive self-talk, the positive reaffirmations, and just whenever you get down in the dumps, you know, I am going to do this. I am going to be successful. I am going to succeed. This is a picture from a movie, Whiplash, which is all about that. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I'm not going to get into it here, though. Unwavering self-belief, period. But here is the cherry on top, right? So many people would be willing to sacrifice. They definitely have, a purpose, family, whatever it may be. That's something strong pulling them. But are they going to do it? Are they going to decide, hey, I do not enjoy the life I live. I'm not happy about the position I'm in. I want to change it. And many people won't. Many people won't do it. And that's why their destiny will always be what it is, which is the life that they maybe enjoy, maybe don't enjoy, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, obviously you're striving for something higher. You're striving to achieve a form of greatness, right? So this is not something, as this quote so perfectly illustrates, that is to be waited for. This is something you have to go for. You have to achieve. You have to strive to get with all of your might and all of your being, right? So it's not going to be easy, but I believe in you and I think you can do it. So good luck.